Hello, welcome to the Nosik podcast. This time we're going to talk about algorithmic art. So, as you all know, the rise of social networks have changed our world forever. And this change not only went to the way we make friends, the way we have a partner, the way we do business, it also went to art, which is, well, ultimately it's a commodity that is sold. Um, a lot of people know how to work around the algorithm of social networks to sell the art that they have, and some other people make this quote unquote art to appeal to the algorithm. Um, for example, I don't mean to say that um, someone like Mr. Beast is an artist. But the thing that he does is supposed to come from art. You know what I mean? Maybe they have bastardized the industry or whatever. I am not going to be like Martin Scorsese criticizing Marvel. I'm not going to be like that. I'm not that in YouTube. I don't see YouTube as, oh yeah, it was so great in the past. There was always bullshit and there was always a little bit of emptiness on it because it was online. But one thing is that when there was not a specific algorithm to follow, people committed more to the bid than to the engagement or the bait or trying to be grandiose. And that was kind of what made it so appealing. There was a bunch of stuff on early internet, artistic stuff, that it felt so full of sauce. It's one of those things that I'm too dumb maybe to explain, but when things have the sauce, like the action is the sauce for me, something like that. I think that's a quote from Heat. Um, but yeah, what I mean is that things nowadays are created for the algorithm. You hear a song that is just a remix of another song from a couple of years ago, but it has like renewed renewed lyrics. Sorry, ASL moment. Um, Renewed lyrics that are more with the times. It's like a lot of what happened during the Obama era. A lot of songs got translated to the new times. This is the new America. This is the new us. We are not the criminals or the warmongers. We are the cool warmongers. We are the cool people. We are the coolest of the world. You should see us as the cool people. Anyway, um, and that thing about being cool, being popular, is what nowadays is the thing. People want to be loved. Like I heard this douchebag Andrew Schultz saying that he, like, in the past the Democrats were cool because they got women and they could say whatever what they wanted because they were in power. But now that someone else is in power and that they get women, he wants to be like them. He wants to follow that trend, which is what I mean. You know, People go towards the algorithm, towards the most amount of people to touch. They go for the bag. That's what matters. And it's okay. I don't have a problem with people going for the bag, but I want something else. I want people doing things because they want to do them. But it's very hard to do things because you want to do them in a moment like this in history. A lot of people don't have jobs. A lot of people are looking for jobs. A lot of people have jobs they hate and that don't allow them to have this opportunity to create and all of that. And then some other people might say that, oh, well, you just need a pencil and some paper, brother, or you just need to record something. And yes, that might be partly true, but I I've worked sometimes in places and through situations that just they just drain your soul. You go home and you don't even feel like a person anymore. You feel like a worker. And not in the, oh, my labor is valuable and I am what I do kind of sense with pride, right? You just feel like a machine and dehumanized. And mainly because the fruits of your labor, you never see them because you see other people enjoying what you have done, but you don't enjoy it yourself. And right now, in the way our nation works, that's how things are. And it's very hard to come and enthusiastically do something when that is the case. I don't know why is that. I don't know if there's if I mean, this is not the thing that we should solve, right? We shouldn't solve not having the strength to do something while things are so shitty. We should solve the shittiness of things. That's what I wanted to arrive at. Um, but yeah, going back to the way art is made, people want to use their time in a smart way, you know? Like, they don't want to lose their time in something that will not give them money, will not give them fame, to then have money and live a fulfilling life, which is what we ultimately want to do. Some people want to have a fulfilling life in many ways that you may not agree, but at the end of the day, that's what they want. And this has made the world, the internet, to be filled with just so much slop, you know? Like, people put so much awful stuff out there that it's just mind boggling. Um, and regarding that, that is why things like ChatGPT making those Studio Ghibli illustrations felt so hurtful for a lot of quote unquote artists, illustrators, because people seek that slop, you know, because it's outside. Why are those illustrations so bad? Because the model learned from bad illustrations, because uh, all everything's full of bad stuff. Why AI music is shitty? Because there's so much shitty music out there, and it's gonna get shittier with all the AI music that is gonna just be remixes of shitty music out there, and then those will have AI remixes that will be even shittier. And look, I'm not calling for the revival of art and then making a manifesto of never using AI and going against the algorithm and things like that. No, I don't care for that. I think that things are what they are. History moves forward. We learn things, and that we're never gonna stop appreciating things that are worth it, that speak to our souls. And look, if a Studio Ghibli bullshit speaks to your soul, it's okay, I guess. Uh, I'm not gonna come here and say, "Oh, we're not the same." Well, we may be, you know. I've enjoyed things that many people don't enjoy, but that's besides the point. What am I trying to say here? That next time you look at something, maybe think, was this made because of how the algorithm works? Or was this made for joy, for pain, because of something else? I like to think, why was this made? Why? What's here, you know? What am I seeing? Did someone wanted me to check this out? Did someone think about being seen in any way. Did someone think about the emotions that it will cause? Did someone think about the stuff that people wouldn't get, that are gonna be just for them and we will never figure out? Which is, I think, something very valuable from art. Did someone think about those things? Did someone think at all? Maybe no one did, and that's what makes it actually profound and beautiful. And I'm not saying that being profound and beautiful is the end all be all of art. I don't know. I don't know, but I want to see what people think, what they actually want to show me, and the things that they hide as well. I don't know. I just feel like there's so much to love outside, and and I appreciate the people that don't put slop, that don't throw shit against the wall and call it art or whatever. And not because I'm one of those anti-modern art or anti-abstraction or anything like that. It's just that, I appreciate something honest. Or someone lying to me for a reason or for no reason but planning it. I'm justifying a lot of things and a lot of thoughts. I appreciate art and people that want to make it, and they want to make it well. Yeah. Even if it's crappy sometimes, that they embrace the cringe that they bring to the world. I don't know. Well, we'll see what tomorrow brings. We'll see how the trends continue. I think great art is going to be happening regardless or not of the algorithm. So, yeah, the indomitable human spirit, the indomitable Mexican spirit, the indomitable American spirit, all of that, we will prevail. Thank you to the artist. Thank you to the readers. Thank you to the watchers. I really like humankind. I could never be a misanthrope. I feel like once you go past 16, being a misanthrope is super lame. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this, and see you next time. Goodbye.